How are you doing today? Oh, wow. Good. So, for today's lesson, it's kind of a little bit tricky for me to teach this one because usually when I get to this part of our making melodies, it's all about giving you the instruments and letting you play. Experiment with the different sounds they make, try to put together your own patterns, and I can't really give you instruments from here as much as I wish that I could. I mean, maybe some of my friends have that Preschool Prodigies app, and maybe I can give you an instrument that way. But I can't really sit there and watch you and talk to you. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to pull out a few different examples of melody instruments I have that are different colors. Some of them have no colors at all. We'll get to that towards the end. But not just that, I'm also going to pull out a few extra arts and crafts supplies that I had to show you different ways of composing your melodies. If you don't have colored markers or crayons or pencils at home, or if you don't have a printer and couldn't print out the do's and do days that I gave you. So today is really just about exploring the options that we have, and hopefully at home you have something like this that you can make your own melody patterns. Does that sound like a good idea? I thought so too. All right, let me get my instruments and here we go. For our first example today, my friends, I'm going to start with something familiar, something we've already seen. I'm going to use my Preschool Prodigies app with the bells, and I'm going to use the board and some colored markers to create a simple do and do day melody pattern. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You know I closed my marker because it clicked. I'm going to start with pink. And I'm going to make a do. Good. Now I'm going to do green. And because I can, my green is going to be a do day. Click. There it is. Now for my red, I have a choice, big or little, Snuffy or Elmo, low or high. And I want to do a Snuffy today. So I'm going to make a big circle. Good. Finally blue, or as close to blue as I could get. And I'm going to make it another do day. Oops. Come on. There we go. Okay. Now without the Elmo and Snuffy sounds, the rhythm of this would be do, do day, do, do day. But now that I'm adding my Snuffy and Elmo sounds, it's going to sound like this. And that's our first example. In the video with the glasses, I try to show my friends how color doesn't have to completely matter. What do I mean by that? Well, take a look here. Are these the same colors? No. The Preschool Prodigies app had a lot of colors that are not on this xylophone. And this xylophone has colors that were not on the Preschool Prodigies app. But no matter what colors your instrument has, it's always important to remember the snuffy sounds are the ones that are bigger or smaller? Bigger, that's right.
And the Elmo ones, are they bigger or are they smaller? Yep, they're smaller.
So the bigger you get, to the smaller you get, also have different sounds. Here's another melody that I composed. And as you see, I had to get a little creative for my white note. How would you play this? Good. Whoa, this is a big instrument, isn't it, friends? That's right. I heard some of my friends saying,
Miss Chan, it's the Boomwhackers!
We've played these in school before. A lot. In fact, this is probably the main instrument that I've always used when I do my melodies lessons. And if you'll notice, if you remember, yes, these are the same colors as the Preschool Prodigies app, which is why I like to use the app when I don't have Boomwhackers available. But this time, the point is not the colors. It's the melody. Take a look up there. What did Miss Chan do? What do you see? What does that look like to you? Yeah. I have a group of little pom-poms. Just a random bag of pom-poms that I had. Don't really remember why I bought them in the first place. But they're colorful. They're small enough that I can use a lot of them. And I can make do's and due days out of them. And I didn't have to write anything. Let's try it. Does that work? Yeah, it does. Really, anything that you have at home that can match the color of your melody instrument works. Look at these. I know some of my friends have a lot of these at home. These. Not only do they make cool sounds on their own, kind of like maracas, but when you take out the beads and you match the colors, what's that? Yep, it's another melody. Let's play it. Now I know my friends must be asking,
Wait a second, Miss Chan. How did you know that one was a big due day?
And that's a very good question. Technically, I didn't. Because when you do use things like this, you don't really have as much control over what size it is. So I'll tell you what. If you're using beads to make your melodies and you don't have bigger beads, whenever you get to your red ones, or your brown ones, or whatever colors your Snuffy and your Elmo sounds are, you get to decide. I decided that they were big, but they could have been little.
Whoa, what's going on, Miss Chan? There's no colors.
Yep. And this is our last example today, my friends. I have a simple chime here with 3 melody notes.
But how am I supposed to know which one is which?
Remember, Snuffy is big or little? Big. So which one is Snuffy's sound? The big one.
Elmo is very little. So Elmo makes the little sound.
Ooh. That was a lot louder than I was expecting. And we talked about the middle one, the big bird sound. There we go. I'm going to have to tap these softly. So we have Snuffy, Big Bird, Elmo. Ooh, there's a reason I don't use these chimes very often. And if you don't have colors, just use something of different sizes to tell you. So right now, I have the big, middle, and little in this pattern, which I just played. But if I want to switch it up and do it like this, did I just compose a melody? Oh yes, I did, without having to use a single color. Let's do one more time, just to really show my friends. And that's it for today's lesson, my friends. Sort of. Because here is where you're going to take over the lesson today, if you can. Try looking around your house. Maybe you have something that makes different sounds. See what colors they are. See which ones are bigger, like Snuffy's lower voice.
Which ones are littler, like Elmo's high voice?
And try to use anything that you have at home to match the colors and start creating and playing melodies of your own. Oh, I wish I could be there to play with you, my friends. But this is something that you get to do, not just me today. So until next video, my friends, keep making those melodies.